Hey, everybody. This is Captain Kyle. I'm here with Andrew Melius, who is with the Harrisburg Comic and Pop Con, which is happening this weekend. So this is a Future of Cons video that the future for this con is not far off. So how you doing, Andrew?
Doing good.
I see you're at the venue, so this is kind of cool.
Yes. We started some of our setup. We've had a couple of vendors coming in, and actually here in about 20 seconds, the Ecto One will be pulling through the doors here as well. So we got some things starting and kind of rolling off. And tomorrow's the official kind of vendor setup day, but we're getting a lot of stuff done today as well.
Hey, preparation is always good. So you're gonna have the Ecto One. You're gonna have guests. Tell us about the guests.
So we have, when it comes to media guests, we have about 5 of them this year around. We usually like to have a variety of different people. So this year, one of our wrestling guests is Divas champion Kelly, also known as Barbie Blank, does a lot of modeling and things like that now. Carla Perez, who was Rita from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and a couple of the other series. We had her one of our shows one of our shows in Hagerstown, and she was quite popular. She kind of blew the roof off that place. So we were glad to bring her to Harrisburg then.
I was at that show.
I love our Hagerstown show, which will be happening in the spring here coming up. So we're excited for that one too. And then we have our Land Before Time reunion, which is 3 Land Before Time guests. We have Scott McAfee. He did the voice of Littlefoot from Land Before Time 2 through 4. His sister Anndi McAfee, who did the voice of Sarah and Land Before Time 5 through 14. And Aria Curzon, who did the voice of Ducky right alongside Anndi from movies 5 through 14. So and then we have our comic guest, Mike Hawthorne, which we are really excited about. Mike doesn't do shows. So for him to come here and he's the artist on Deadpool. He was just announced as the new artist of the Wonder Woman series from DC. He's done quite a bit, very popular, and we're excited to have him here right alongside Mark McKenna, who has done so many comics. I believe his portfolio says he's got 120,000 pages that bear his artwork to it. So we're real happy with that, and a bunch of other comic guests as well. But that's our main roster that we're flying with.
Very sweet. There have been some difficulties, having cons at all over the last, year and a half or so.
Yeah. We were 2 weeks away from Hagerstown 2020 when we canceled. Everything was ready, and we had to cancel 2 weeks before the show, and that hurt.
Oh yeah, I have spoken to many, and it's been like, yeah, it's a week out, but we have to a couple weeks out. Yeah, it could be a painful experience. So I take it you were able to recover from that particular blow.
Yes. It took some work, financially, mindset wise. I mean, 2 weeks before a con, you're ready to go. I mean, you got boxes in your living room, boxes in your garage, boxes at Brian's store, Comic Store West in York. He's got his place filled up with stuff for the con. John, our other partner, runs Comics World in Chambersburg, PA. He had his store full of stuff. And 2 weeks before the show, we just kind of had to shut everything down, throw stuff away that wasn't usable, and it was really bad. I think we were all pretty disappointed and just kind of angry at the situation in general. Obviously, it had to be done, but it doesn't make it less disappointing and upsetting anyway when it happened.
Absolutely. Now, this time around, I mean, unfortunately, COVID-19 has not entirely gone away. There's these wonderful variants, which I really wish the Time Variant Authority would come in and get rid of, but they're not doing that.
That would help me in my my full-time job. I'm a paramedic, so I have to deal with this COVID stuff all the time. So, yeah, if they could come in and kind of wipe it off, I'd be real happy.
Yeah, they could, prune it as they do. But unfortunately, they're not stepping in. I appreciate things that you have been doing as a paramedic, but what are you doing at the con to make sure that the guests are safe, the attendees are safe, the volunteers are safe? What's in place?
So we added quite a bit of stuff this year. Let's start with the easy stuff: hand sanitizer. I could go swimming in the amount of hand sanitizer we have at this place right now, to be located in every aisle, every vendor booth, at the entrances, the exits, everywhere.
Please don't. Please don't swim in it. I don't think it would be sanitary after that.
Might burn the eyes just a little bit. So along with that as well, we did do some widening of our aisles. We did some vendor spacing to kind of give them a little bit more room. So when people are going down the aisle, they're not, shoulder to shoulder, which in the past shows they weren't either, because we have it's a big space here. It's 100,000 square foot. And the way it's laid out, we do have really big aisles and places for things to go. So that wasn't the hardest part of kind of doing the social distancing stuff. We had to get rid of some of our programs. So we cut back on our panel room stuff a little bit, so people weren't sitting beside each other for a prolonged period of time. So our gaming, we used to have last show, and I always keep saying last year. I'll say last year we didn't have it, but in 2019 we had the board game area, which was really popular. But we don't want people kind of touching and the same pieces and kind of have to worry about disinfectant. So we nixed that for this year. Obviously in Pennsylvania, masks are required for the unvaccinated, but we are asking that the vaccinated still wear masks here as well. Just the safety of everyone. There's going to be a lot of people, and even though there's plenty of room to move about and it may not look crowded, you're eventually going to run into somebody, bump into somebody. So it was important that we did that as well. I'm a hugger. If I haven't seen you in a while, I'm going to come up and I'm going to hug you and tell you I missed you a lot. And we kind of have signs that says, try to curb handshakes, hugging, that sort of thing. So we want people to come here, space themselves apart, wear a mask, use hand sanitizer, wash your hands. And we want everyone to be as safe as humanly possible.
But you're not going to taser someone if they're hugging.
No.
Use common sense, though, please.
I know it's going to happen. I'm going to reach out for a hug at some point, or someone's going to do it to me, and it'll be one of those things that we'll just spray ourselves with Lysol, right after it happens.
You have the guys coming around with the foggers. You're in violation of the anti-hugging app.
In regards to the panel room as well, we will be cleaning it after each use. When people are in the chairs, we'll go in between the panels that we do have and wipe them down, make sure everything's safe and disinfected.
That's
the theme of this year. Just safe. Whatever we can do to make everything, safe as possible for these people.
Well, that is awesome. So people can be very confident coming to this con that it's, you're taking every precaution. Of course, they have to cooperate with these things.
Yes. And we're asking for everyone to cooperate. I know there's a lot of people that are, and even myself, I got the vaccine just so, I wouldn't have to wear a mask, things like that. But I understand that there's the kind of pandemic's shifting and is on the rise again a little bit. So whatever we got to do to not contribute to that. And if it's wearing a mask, we'll do anything we can to have a convention is kind of the point that I'm at now.
So it's going to be a safe con. It's going to be a fun con. Costume contest this year. Are we going to have cosplay?
Yes, we are still having that. We did kind of shrink our cosplay guests down just a little bit. Normally here at Harrisburg in 2019, we had about 10 of them. But we shrunk that down to about 8 just to kind of space them apart, because our cosplay at all of our 4-state shows is usually off the chain with the talent that comes through and the guests that my friend Mark, who runs our cosplay section, is just incredible. So it was very important for us to kind of make sure we did the cosplay contest. It's part of the show. So when it comes to the panel room, we'll try to space people out as much as possible. I know we're going to remove the walls. This is the mall area for people that haven't been here. It's an empty anchor store. It was an old Boskov. So we makeshift our panel room out of drape and pipe. So when it comes time for that contest, we're going to get rid of the pipe and drape so people can kind of spread out and enjoy the show. So still trying to make that as safe as possible either. And our Mark, the guy that runs the cosplay, he definitely told people that they should try to integrate a mask into it as well. So I'm not saying people will get bonus points for their cosplay having a mask integrated into it, but it might be likely.
I'm going to let you get back to work.
Okay.
It's been great
you want to come
to you.
Help? We'll take some help. If you want to run down, we'll be here for another 2 or 3 hours and all day tomorrow.
Yeah. would take me 2 to 3 hours to get there. So
okay.
Wouldn't be good tonight. And, tomorrow ain't looking good either.
Do, right?
But I will see you this weekend. And I'm hoping to see a lot of people at the Harrisburg Comic and Pop Con. If you see me, say hi. If you see Andrew, say hi. If you see,
always.
Say hi to everybody, but just don't hug, just
fight the urge.
And thanks everyone for tuning in and watching this. And I hope to see you at the con. And if not, at least, send us good vibes. Vibes are appreciated, but
definitely.
I hope to see you there. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And as always, have fun and follow your fandom.